Okay, Senator Chesterfield, you're recognized for your question.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. One of the things that is of concern to me is the stick. You talked about the carrot. I need to know about the stick. Because if people are unable to pay the $5, and you're talking about people who live day to day robbing Peter to pay Paul, and I dare say most of the individuals in this room are not from a position of poverty or a background of poverty. And when you start talking about the stick, you're saying if they don't pay it, then we'll treat them as we do others in the system that don't pay the government. Is that what, did I hear that correctly?
If that's how it came across, I apologize for that, because that's not the intent.
So they're not going to prosecute folks
No.
who don't pay this, because if you owe money for unemployment benefits that you should not have had, or any of these other things, and you run the risk then of criminalizing the inability to pay what they probably can't pay in the first place.
Right. So, and that is future decisions that this group has to make about how you deal with that. What we have designed, and as Dr. Thompson has articulated as well, and what the line that CMS will not cross, I would venture to guess that many in this group wouldn't want to see them cross for that very low income population, is to say if you are unable to contribute or you choose not to contribute, you will be denied care. That is not a part of this. They will continue, there will not be a barrier to accessing the health care that they need at the time that they need that care.
But if you, what is the dollar amount? Is it $5,700 at 100%? How much are you making?
50% of power level is $5,700 a year for any individual.
And 100%?
About
$11,000. And yet these people are supposed to be able to make a contribution to what? The health savings account? And they're supposed to put that in. How much of a contribution do you anticipate?
For that population, that as designed, it is $5 a month.
So after you have fed the kids, you paid the water, light, and gas bill, you paid the rent, because 9 times out of 10 you're not a homeowner, and anything else that accrues, you got to give the government $5 more. Otherwise, if it's above 100%, then we're going to cut off this card over here that we have given you. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Senator Chesterfield, I think your concern I share. Let me just be explicit on the proposal that the Department of Human Services is prepared to put forward. It is an opportunity to engage people, educate people. The risk, if they incur a debt, is, as proposed, to reduce that debt from what they may have accrued in the account previously. We are not saying, and it would be the legislative body's decision going forward, if you're going to be more aggressive in pursuit of that debt at some point in time. We are explicitly saying in the first year of its implementation, we do not plan to do that because we don't know what that debt is going to look like, to your point. So we are proposing to start this. We are intentionally leaving open future decisions by the legislative body of what mechanisms, if any, are used to collect that debt if it occurs in these lower income populations.
Well, we hear about Indiana from our chair, and I am one of those who says Arkansas is not like Indiana for various reasons, having been there, including income level and education level, which are totally different. There is no delta in Indiana. So what are they using in order to engage the stick in this particular instance?
Their waiver that they had, which predated the Affordable Care Act, had as a condition of participation in the payment. CMS has said they won't allow that to go forward. So despite what I've read that Governor Pence said, we need to read what the final agreement is. I think we are very close, if not more restrictive than Indiana, because Indiana covered non-emergency ER use. We do not. Iowa similarly covers non-emergency ER use. We do not. I think it is a delicate balance. I want to go to your stick. We are putting in a process by which if future decisions will need to be made about how aggressively that debt is collected. Just like in other aspects of state government, you've made decisions on how aggressively debt is collected if you owe money for other